In the book of John chapter 3, the Bible gives us an insight into how to discern a man that is operating from the galaxies of God or a man that is operating from the earth. So there are two kinds of men. First kind of men operate from the earth. The second kind of men operate from the galaxies of God. And in the book of John chapter 3, you will see a description of the men that operate from the realm of God and the men that operate from the earth. There is a way to identify them. All right, so in John chapter 3, are you there in John? Just trying to create a layout, don't worry. We'll soon begin to travel. In John chapter 3, verse 31, the Bible says, he that cometh from above is above all. One of the indicators of a man that is transmitting, whose life derives from above, is that he has authority over everything in the natural realm. So if you notice, if you see a man that seems to have authority over things that are natural, are you there? Oh, you're not following. If you find a man that seems to have authority over things that are natural, it's an indication of the fact that he's not operating from the earth. The basis of his authority is not intellectual. The basis of his authority is in the context of God. There is something that man has done that has made God to entrust authority into his hands. And the authority that he has capacity to regulate things that are in the natural realm, to regulate things that are in the demonic realm, to regulate things around his life. When you find the presence of divine authority on the life of a man, it is suggestive of the fact that he is from above. Are you there? Number two, he that is of the earth is earthly. And how do you know him? And speaketh of the earth. So when you find a man that is operating or transmitting from the earth, the way you know him is by his talking. He speaks on the earthly plane. Are you with me now? All right, the next verse. He that cometh from heaven is above all. Yes, next verse, 32. And what he had seen, the guy that comes from heaven is above all, and what he has seen and heard, that he testified. So someone that is coming from above, he testifies about things that he has seen where? Above. That was what separated Jesus from the doctors of the law in his time. The knowledge that Jesus was given out during his teaching and his sermonizing was not knowledge that was gotten from the earth. It was knowledge that came from above. When you hear him speak, you will know that it was not because he attended a school. The knowledge he was doling out was not coming from the soil of his soul, but it was transmitting from his spirit. And you will know that this is not a product of study. This kind of knowledge is revealed. So he was speaking from a pot of revelation. And that is why he was different from the other scholars that spoke from the earth. He had authority to back up the things that he said. You will notice that when Nicodemus came to meet Jesus in the night, he said to him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God, because no man can do these miracles that thou doest except God be with him. You will notice that there was a supernatural dimension to the ministry of Jesus, and there was a backing that came upon the things that he said, and that backing was not found in the ministry of the Sadducees and the Pharisees. It was indicative of the fact that his source of revelation, the authority that accompanied his revelation was not from earth, it was from above.